Welcome to Rural Concerns, the podcast that's been set up to make sure that one of the hosts is doing all right because his wife is quite worried about him.
I didn't know. James, are you okay? I didn't know about this.
It's you, Chris, it's you.
Yeah, it's definitely you, Chris. It's obviously you.
My wife wouldn't betray me like that.
Shout out, Nick.
Stop texting us.
So what should we do for the first bit?
I'll just find a point where we can cut into the conversation. Just start talking.
Nice.
What's Balatro?
Oh, well, we can talk about that.
Well, what is it? Just tell me what Balatro is.
Would we do that fake little introduction?
Just start, I think, because we're going to cut in halfway through a conversation. So just start doing that conversation.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we recording the video?
No.
Could we record the video too?
I think that went badly last time.
I know, but I'm in a quest for content. So let's start the conversation. Let's go. 40 minutes from now.
Yeah, but what is Balatro? Is that how I'm pronouncing it? Is that right?
I don't know. I bought it.
Is it a chocolate?
It's not a chocolate, but it's sweeter than any chocolate I've ever tasted in my life.
Is it just sugar?
The caramel.
Balatro is a video game that is for the Nintendo. Well, it's for various platforms, but I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch.
Right.
And it's basically a hot new card game that is sort of gone a bit mad. And
you're such a fucking dork.
Am I a dork? You keep buying. You bought a PC to play computer games. And
but like pretty like cool ones. City
Balatro,
Skylines 2, Farm Simulator.
What if I told you that Balatro was a poker simulator?
I can't play poker.
Too much maths for you. Eh?
Too much maths for me. I'm just a vibes-based guy.
You're one of those ones who I can imagine you like walking sims, Yeah. But Balatro, you've got to do it's like a poker, free of a kind.
How much is it?
It's £12. But
okay.
It's changed because they've added all these it's like a base poker game, and on top of that you add like special cards, like tarot cards. You upgrade your hands with these other cards. There's 150 jokers to collect, and when you have the jokers, they like power up your run and change how points are scored and stuff.
It's just rare to hear you so enthusiastic about something.
All I'm saying is, it is incredible. Someone said it's very addictive, and I've had to uninstall it. And I know that it got removed from the Nintendo store in Europe because of concerns about gambling.
Yeah.
So that just sent me into a wild purchasing frenzy.
You can actually gamble on it.
No, this was the point of the makers. It's poker, but they worked very hard, as they say, to remove gambling mechanics. You earn money off the things, but you don't put money into it to risk gambling more. So they argued it back, and it got reinstated. And I'll tell you what, lads, I couldn't have bought it any quicker. After that, and it had everyone must have done the same, because they had 500,000 downloads in a week or something like that. So
are you making new friends online playing this?
No, it's a solo endeavor. I don't like playing online. Do you know, like being screamed at by an American teenager?
Yeah, no, I get it, especially over a card game.
It's a solo endeavor, which is how I like to, play my game. It's so addictive. Do you know, I found myself opening a book and pretending I'm reading the book, but really I'm playing the game inside the book. That's the level.
The book is bigger than the Switch. What book is it? Where's Wally?
Balatro tactics.
Yeah.
It's a coffee table book. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Just nudie lady book.
Nudie ladies.
What's Chris doing in the living room? Reading a nudie lady book quietly.
He's reading about naked women.
He's reading about naked women for hours on end.
Mum, he's not really reading about nudie women. He's playing that card game. I couldn't be in any more trouble. The good thing about my new haunted house is there's enough. It's big enough that we can get lost in it. Do you know? So a lot of the time I could just hear Nicola screaming through the house and the paint's coming off the walls. She's like, "Where are you?" And I'm hiding in one of the cordoned off bedrooms, playing Balatro.
You need one of those GPS trackers around your neck.
I don't want to be tagged.
In the countryside, surely it would make sense for you and your family to all be tagged.
I would like to tag my son, like, so I know where he is, whether he's up in the den.
When you get him a smartwatch, and then you can find out where he is.
I don't want to give him he don't need electronic things yet. He can't tell time. Thing is, we've moved here, so we can open door, and we're like, go on, go off. See you later. See you at 7 o'clock.
It's dangerous out there. It's so dark, isn't it?
No.
There's no one out there.
The kids might as well be from the past. Do you know what I mean? They're not like the scary kids where we were in Manchester, all wearing black and stuff.
What's he? What are his toys of choice? Stick and hoop, or what?
Stick and hoop, abacus.
Yeah.
No, he likes
abacus is a toy now.
He likes absolutely caning the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
He was into like Roblox and stuff, and I put an end to that because I think they're bad games designed by manipulative people.
Okay.
So I've got him onto Balatro.
Train the boy.
Train the boy to win his dad a fortune at the table.
What kind of countryside figure do you think he'll grow up to be? Is he going to be like, tweed suits or like can of Monster in a white van?
Yeah, that is the two types.
Tell you what I've been going for recently at the Costas at Motorway Services. Kit Kat hot chocolate.
Oh.
And I've had to overcome like a real block in my head where I'm like, they're not going to think I'm a pussy. They're not going to think I'm a pussy. And then order it with the extra cream on top. And they don't bat an eyelid. And it's been a real breakthrough for me, I think.
You'd be surprised how little I care about what people think about me at Motorway Services. Someone tried to sell me a watch at a Motorway Services.
Oh, yeah. What kind?
I don't know. I didn't get close. He was operating out the back of a van.
Yeah.
So he tried to get me to buy a watch, and I was like, I'm not buying a watch. Do you know what I mean? I just got lured in because someone was being polite to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's probably where my watches ended up after they got stolen.
Yeah, it was probably buying it back for you. Engraved on the back says, "Thank you for a great quarter." It's an hotel. But I did something bad in the services recently where I basically flashed someone by accident.
I can see how this happened. You were pissing and then turned around quick.
Opposite, like I really.
You took your pants off before you got to the urinal?
Like,
down by his ankles.
I was bursting. I'd been driving, and I always push it to the next service station. You know what I mean? I always like, I could do the next one. I could do another 22 miles.
You're getting on though. You're getting on a bit.
Exactly. The plumbing's starting to creak. So I get to this like Lancaster service days. I'm absolutely desperate for a wee. Burst out.
Needed a piss since Scotland.
They did a piss. Yeah, they did a piss since I could say like Loch Nessie. Got through kicked open the door to the toilet, and I was so like basically I got my knob out too early because like I got through the door. The toilets were so big, and I was so far away from the urinals. Do you know what I mean? Like we're talking. We're talking 20 foot or something like that. So I was like...
Had you got to the bit where you choose male or female even?
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Just for the listeners, Chris is also famous for pulling his trousers and pants down to his ankles when he hit the urinals. So he was waddling. He's waddling 20 paces with his dick out.
Setting off the hand dryers as it goes.
And I can't believe that nobody is complimenting my brand new watch. I think we might have to. We'll run that section past the lawyer. I've been. This is a bit of a bleak content warning, trigger warning bit, but I have been flashed when I was in London. It was horrible.
Finsbury Park.
When I lived in, I used to walk. I used to work in Camden, and I lived in Finsbury Park, and I'd like walk all the time home to keep of a fitness. But one night I was walking home after a few drinks, so it's dark, and when I sort of got getting towards Holloway Road, I had my headphones in.
Yeah.
So I was listening to music, and it was about 2014, so it probably shouldn't have been, but it definitely was Linkin Park. Do you know what I mean? It all happened very quickly. And then about 25 foot away, there's like a little hobbit guy. Like, little guy, ginger, glasses. he looks like.
And you flashed him?
No, he flashed me.
Okay.
He stopped 25 foot away, and I was like, "What's happening?" And then he started pulling himself out, and honestly, lads, just so much balls.
Really?
Like, pulled out loads of balls,
and
then
balls longer than the okay.
Yeah, like real big ball, like just so like a pillow,
balls,
a pillow of balls.
Yeah.
And then like he looked at me, and I'm like, I froze in terror. And it's all happening. This all happens over the course of like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So my headphones are still on. Still, I'm getting like
Linkin Park, yeah.
I don't know, like some Linkin Park bangers in my ears. And then he marches towards me and he's like shouting something like this. And I don't know what it is. I can't hear it. And he get really close to me and I just sort of put my fist up into his chest almost and just said, fuck off. But no, I was not like terror. My voice was high. Do you know what I mean? Like fuck off, like that. Like please fuck off. That was the tone of it. He walked past me, and I turned around as I was walking away. He's still shouting something at me, and for years I've just thought, is there anything that he could have been saying that would have given it context?
Yeah, that is weird, isn't it? So he got his ball. He got his balls out and then started shouting at you.
Yeah. I laughed it off initially, but then my friend said, you need to report that because it's really sick. Because you could be a stepping stone. And over time, like at the time I wasn't that bothered, but over time the feeling of what had happened felt increasingly worse. And then I rang up, called the police, and then a bit later they rang back. I got victim support, like the follow-up survey call, and they rang, are you all right? Have you seen that sort of thing before? And I was like, yeah, just context into it.
So they didn't find the man? Well, I mean, they probably knew.
I never got a follow-up call. So
it just sounds like someone who's like pretty mentally ill as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, what sort of angle you coming at this from protecting him, but
no, I'm just like, obviously it's bad, but that sounds pretty crazy. It doesn't seem like it's
London for you, isn't it?
No, come on, that happens up where you are. No flashes in the country.
No.
As if.
There's a lot more open space to do it, I think.
Less chance of them finding someone to flash, I guess.
Yeah, so that's that. I don't think, it's not exactly what we planned to talk about, but...
Shout out to the police, though, they're all right sometimes.
Shout out to the police.
Has someone put a downer on it? Probably extras, that bit.
Fair enough. Chris's dark chapter.
Can we keep in the bit of him pissing early in the urinals?
Oh, absolutely. That is, pardon the pun, gold.
So Sunil, you tell us what you've been up to.
Well, I recorded my the stand-up special.
Wait. That is not a good link, Chris. I do not want that. I want some. Come on, keep it natural.
Oh, natural. Okay, yeah.
Sunil, you tell us what you've been up to. That's my job.
Okay,
and then you turn it into human speech.
Yeah, okay. I was just trying to get us back on track after the flashing stuff.
That's very kind of you to do that, though, Chris.
I'll start with this so you can do a sting before it.
Okay, I understand.
I'm going to become a member of a artists social club. What do you think of that?
Excuse me?
It's for like artists, sort of creative types, but not like ones that are like in Shoreditch or Soho. This is for like, so actual creatives and artists.
Do they have to have earned money? Like, do they have to earn money, or can they just be posh people that sort of mess around?
No, come on.
Like Madonna's son.
Not everything is class war.
No, that's true. But go on then. Like, so are you paying money to be a part of this collective?
No, basically what happened was we found a venue to record stand-up at. Yeah. And it was this amazing little it's an old community hall that had been taken over by like a social organisation for artists. They provide like studio spaces for people, and then they took over this community hall, turned it into a bar, and so we went down there and filmed our stand-up specials there, me and Jack Barry, and realised I wasn't actually a member, and I think it's like 15 quid, but it's just a nice little space down the road. But yeah, we filmed the special there, and it was possibly the most stressful day I've had in a long time. 2 shows, turned out all right though. I noticed you weren't there.
I lived 350 miles away.
Yeah, but you're down here a lot.
But I shared it.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, you need to go to this. So
it turned out that I and Jack don't really know anything about ticketing events and like how to let people in, and we just let too many people in.
Oh, so it was over full.
Yeah, because people from the bar next door were like, "What's going on?" And we were like, "Yeah, come in, more the merrier." And it got a bit, it got super. Like we were like putting out chairs like 2 minutes before I had to go on stage and stuff. But it was a really good vibe. It went really well. But yeah, it's good. Looking forward to just like taking the video of all my stand up and just burying it in a hole somewhere.
No, putting it out for free, taking it, all the money that you spent on the recording, which I presume is coming out of yours and Jack's pocket, taking that, turning it into a finished piece of art, and then stripping it down to 30-second parts so that you pump out on the internet for free.
The content game. But I think it was worth doing. It was definitely a big challenge, but yeah.
How often as a man in your 40s do you say that you think about Instagram Reels?
I always enjoy talking about them with other comedians.
I feel it's like a big dividing line into like, I was talking to other old men of comedy. I'm not old, but not brand new. And it's just like, I don't know. I was like, guys, come on, we have to get that together. We have to. Yeah, but when I talk to my friends that don't do the performing arts, they like my friends from uni, all turning 40, all like professionals. They don't talk about Instagram Reels at all.
No.
Like, it'd blow your mind how much day to day the thought of Instagram Reels doesn't factor in their lives.
Do they not even look at them?
They maybe look at them, but they wouldn't know what they are by name. They don't think about putting them out. Do you know what I mean?
They call them little videos on Instagram.
They call them little videos. So I've seen here's this little video. Have you seen it? I don't get it. I've got nothing in common with them.
Videos?
I'm trying my bit because it's either this or it feels like you either get your head around it or try to get your head around it, or the answer is definitely oblivion.
You just need to destroy more hecklers on camera.
If someone doesn't meet me with instant reverence and awe, I'm quite close to tears if anyone says anything immediately.
That's content.
I'm quite aggressive, do you know? I'm like on them straight away. Like, who are you? What do you want? That sounds like a rubbish name. Do you know what I mean? Nasty. I get nasty immediately. I find sometimes, the one thing about doing, it's made me completely incompatible with the rest of modern life in a lot of ways. But I do think in general, we're used to processing day to day slightly higher amounts of adrenaline than most people. So when something happens in your life, I don't know, I've been on, when a fight's broken out and stuff like this, and I feel nothing. Whereas some people are like panicking. Like I remember being on a cancelled train, and I would have been the guy, but the guy's like losing it because the train's been cancelled and he's been put out. And I was just like, steady palm. Do you know what I mean? I was like, we'll be fine. Thought of that. We'll get home. Our adrenal
glands have been numbed by years of this.
Yeah, not in a good way. I don't think that could be a good. There's no way that could possibly be a good thing.
We've got ice in our veins.
Ice cold killers,
and that's why we're leaders of our respective packs, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Can you say it in a slightly deeper voice, please?
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Yeah. So you've recorded your special. It was a big success.
It was a big success in the sense that the actual shows went well. Like people laughed, so that's good.
But you always find something you could have done better. Do you think you could put the full uncut version of this special for free to our Patreons?
I can do. I wasn't planning on putting it out as a special. I was just going to use
just secret in the background.
Yeah, if they want, yeah.
Yeah.
They have to ask.
Something to do with it. Yeah. If you want to see it, like we've presumed a lot there, but if you want to see Sunil Patel, you can just watch it. You can watch the best bits in Reels.
I'll tell you what. I'll put out the bit that absolutely bombed, and you could only hear one other person laughing, and it's a comedian at the back. I'll put out that bit for the patrons. And
then they're laughing because it's bombed rather than...
They're laughing because it is a good joke and they can see why it bombed because it is just an incredibly rough change of tone.
Can't wait. Still putting out. And can I just ask quickly while checking in on Sunil, producer James, how's it been in the edit mind?
Oh, chipping away. Basically, I'm taking the recording and everything that's all I'm doing is like Michelangelo, everything that isn't great content, I'm just taking it away.
Everything that isn't the David is being taken away.
Exactly. And in this case, the David is Sunil complaining about people wearing jogging bottoms and Chris trying to claim that he doesn't wear jogging bottoms.
Which bit of the podcast is the David's little penis?
I think it's that bit that we just put on the extras. I think it's Chris at Lancaster South Services.
James did had to have a chat with me because he was like, listen, your stance on wearing jogging bottoms is inconsistent. So we need to really, like, you say you despise men wearing them, but you admit to wearing them to feel comfortable. But I'll tell you what, I think that's set in my frontal lobe so much that I was in, because we record these on Sunday mornings, and that's when, basically I was still in my jogging bottom loungewear for the morning, but just 10 minutes before the recording, I was like, I can't do it. So I went up to put some rigid jeans on because that felt like business time. We're working.
I put my best shirt on and I've got her back into bed.
I was wondering if the jogging bottoms contributed to the toilet story earlier. Was it because you were wearing jogging bottoms? It was the ease of access.
No, Chris.
I thought we were cutting all that out because I don't think.
No, it's just the second half.
If I buy some jogging bottoms, I wouldn't even know where to start.
What do you mean you wouldn't know where to start?
I mean, the choice is just huge, isn't it? And
which to buy? I thought you meant like the act of wearing them. Well,
yeah,
I don't know.
I put them on and then do what?
Church? What? You just sit. You watch June 1.
Yeah, but I can do that in my denim jeans.
Yeah, and then the rigid denim would feel like the harsh sand of Arrakis.
Keeps a man's back straight, that's all I'm saying.
Actually, Sunil, you'll be proud of me here. I've got some jeans that are so new and rigid denim, I daren't wear them to sit on a sofa because I'm worried that the ink will come off on the sofa. Yeah.
That's a real man. That's a real man there.
It's a real
19... man who can't sit.
Daren't sit. I've got to lean in doorways.
He'll leave his print on the world if he sits.
Rigid traditional cut jeans, white gym socks, white trainers. Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah, is that what you're saying now?
Yeah, that's a dad.
White t-shirt, black biker jacket.
What's up with dad? He's all right. It's what happens to men in their 40s, in their early 40s.
It is harder to dress at this age, but you can just make it simple for yourself. As long as it hurts, it's good. That's all I'm saying.
I just dress like a 20-year-old. Do you have any friends that have done... Like, sometimes I meet men my own age and it fills me with dread because of how they dress, Yeah,
but young people now dress like OAPs.
They dress very 90s, don't they? So they dress, to my eyes, bad.
Yeah.
Because I lived through that dress sense the first time round and it's like oversized, washed out clothes. But you know what? I'll be the first to admit I don't get it, but I can't join them in that. I've started wearing, I wear Levi's. Do you know what I mean? I don't have money per se, but it's like I'm not dressing in cheap trousers anymore. I'm wearing Levi's.
You can get very cheap old Levi's on eBay, like 10 quid.
Can you?
Yeah, and they're very good quality. They're the old stock from 20 years ago, which are very high quality.
Oh, that's good. Well, yeah,
there's thousands of them. Yeah,
get Levi's. Do you know?
No crotch blowouts either.
Specify that.
Is that what happened to Chris? It's definitely staying in.
Nah, I don't know. Well, now it's becoming the spine of the show that everything's connected to. Then, so shall we? It's not my place to say.
James, you've scared him. You've scared him.
From what? Having opinions?
No, from changing to different segments.
No, that's fine. You just need to do it just ever so slightly subtly.
Nope, I'll just stay.
Poor little Chris.
No, it's good to have him running the ship.
That's section 1. So I would say in section 2, I think you can just bring it up. Sunil, well, I don't know the context of what it is, so I don't know how you would get into it.
One of the greatest creative challenges I've ever faced and I'm in it right now, is I need to come up with a name for my business. So I like a company name.
Yeah.
But I just don't even know where to start with it, because ideally you don't want your name in it in case it folds and owes people money. So it's just like I've just been looking around and come like word association, and I just can't think. I need to get out. I need to brainstorm. I need to get out of this mindset.
Well, can I just stop you there and say thank you so much for bringing this to our attention?
Yeah.
I think we can help you. First off, what is your business? What's necessitating
you're
the
a branding
needs?
consultancy now.
I believe so.
You look like one. Little glasses.
With little glasses, expensive binaural headphones. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
My business is just, I'm going to set up a company for my comedy. So everything I do, which is like, acting, stand up, everything just comes under one company rather than just like coming in separate drips and drabs.
But you don't want it to be called Sunil Patel Solutions.
I don't want it to be called Sunil Patel Solutions. I think I was told to avoid putting my name in it in case I end up folding and owing creditors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't have any suppliers unless I start like buying in Yorkshire puddings or something.
We owe this guy some money. Okay, let's run the name Sunil Patel through Google and see what comes up.
So I went on Companies House Search to just like put in some ideas. Someone's already taken Business International, and so I'm out of ideas.
So what do you want? Do you foresee this being printed onto stationery? Do you foresee yourself having a little letter-headed paper?
It would be nice to have that as an option in the future, but at the moment I'm thinking it would just be something to put on invoices. If you had a company, what would you call it, Chris?
Well, I briefly did for a while.
What did you call it?
Offal Productions Limited.
Okay, yeah, that's you. That's very you.
That's cool. Well, it was connected to my double act business, but yeah,
awful business.
Yeah, to the awful business, but it was just we weren't in the place to have it done, and it was very stressful.
Fucking fuss
it
about
was
this.
very
God.
stressful. I'm not keen to rush back to it, to be honest with you. So let's look at Sunil's business. So what about something to do with like what are you known for?
Look, I've written down three names.
Okay.
One is Business International, Lamp, one word.
Were you looking at a lamp when you came up with that one?
I was looking at a lamp. And Thicken Nugget.
Thicken and nugget? Or thicken
nugget,
as in to thicken?
To thicken, and then nugget, 2 words. Thicken nugget, as in chicken nugget, but you got a lisp.
Thicken nugget. I really like that. I think that's really solid.
Thicken nugget should be...
Yeah.
I prefer lamp.
Is there an exclamation mark in it?
No.
Yeah, gone off it.
One of the lamps is upside down, though, if that helps.
Which one?
Middle.
Oh. That'll look like it spells ramp, won't it?
Yeah, good point, yeah. Okay,
so we're back to thick and nugget.
Thick and nugget.
Thing is, if you don't want thick and nugget, I think I could take that. I could do a lot with thick and nugget.
What would you do with thick and nugget?
I would use it to probably set up a charity.
Doing what? What is this charity doing?
Offering buttermilk chicken
to thickos.
To thickos. There you go.
You've been no help whatsoever.
No, that's
You're
not
supposed
fair.
to come up with more names for me to think
Okay, let's
through.
do it. What about June 2? Oh, June 2 is good. I've got a feeling that'll be locked up. What about the Austin Butler fan club?
No, I can't call it that.
Okay, but clearly haven't seen June 2 then.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
Austin Butler's in that?
Yeah, and he's brilliant in it.
Oh, I've just been watching Masters of the Air. He's good in that.
Have you seen Elvis?
He's still playing Elvis Presley in Masters of the Air. I think he's not quite broken out of it at that point.
Didn't he genuinely have to have like a speech therapist to lose the accent?
Yeah, I think so.
He went too deep. That's what I've done.
You would though if it's Elvis.
Sorry, what's Chris gone too deep on?
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
Character.
No, I've gone too deep. Yorkshire, do you know?
Who's the real Chris? We'll never know. The mask is on too tight.
Did you watch Kes too many times?
Too many times. Mandatory. And then they were playing it to me like it's the only way you're going to get any projects commissioned to lean heavily on the working class kind of boys. Yeah. So, but really, got an estate, born of the manor. So this business, how much can I invest in it?
You could invest. You can be a company secretary if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Unless, have to take minutes.
We're not going to have any meetings.
We could have a meeting.
We don't need to.
We have meetings for this podcast. We can have more meetings.
Just need your signature and your legal liability.
Can I ask you a question now, just associated to meetings for this podcast?
Yeah.
Is the WhatsApp group for this podcast muted? Yes or no?
Yeah, but most of my groups are muted.
I know. It's just...
Individual conversations are never muted, but groups are always muted. Looking at my groups, rural concerns, that's one.
Yeah.
There's another one which is just 4 different emojis. I don't even know what that is. Crusty dogs, Brooko birthday, Operation Lamborghini. Don't know what they all mean.
We used to be in a WhatsApp group together, didn't we? And it was like a very London WhatsApp group. So after a while, when I'd moved out of London, I removed myself from it. I was like, listen, guys, the group was 99% organising little coffees in North London. I was just like, this ain't my life anymore. I wish you all well. I'll speak to you soon. Message me if you want to have a chat. And then one person in the group just kept re-adding me to the group, which really, really wound me up.
Who was that?
Pete.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we will have to bleep that.
Yeah.
Out of interest, with the WhatsApp groups, are you the sort of, when you're invited to a WhatsApp group and it doesn't have a picture, do you even notice that? Do you have
That's interesting.
thought about that? I can't believe that's half the fun.
Yeah, but sometimes
creating a WhatsApp group.
Sometimes a group is set up like on the day for something happening on the day. And to ask the person to choose a picture, it's for a lot of people, it's a creative jump too far. There's a lot to think about.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, it does it itself. You just go to search and it uses the name that you give in the group as an initial search. You just change that to sad clown and then boom, you've got your comedian friend group. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I do in WhatsApp groups. I keep the vibe going. If they let me into an admin role, I'm changing the name, I'm changing the image, I'm changing the colour scheme. So you never know where it is. Do you know what I mean? It's so hard to keep track of.
Are you in any parent ones, like school-based ones?
I don't think this sounds great, but I passed that sort of thing. That sort of thing's to the wife.
Oh, yeah, the invisible load, yeah.
The invisible load is real. So she does that, and I get like messages from that and the PTA, and then I sort of action the messages. So that feels like a good setup.
Could I get in on that group?
Yeah. I'll send you.
Are we going to do cultural highlights and then we're done?
Yeah. Let's do that and keep it.
We do need to do that.
Do you think you've got enough for an episode from that?
If we do cultural highlights, yeah, that will mean that we've definitely got it. Because I think there's obviously the Flasher story that won't go in. Not you, Flasher, the other one.
The story is good.
No offense, but some of that business stuff was pretty dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
No, I was hoping we'd throw around a few names.
I don't know. What things do you like? Should we try harder on that, or should we leave it?
What things do I like?
Because I'm Egg Mountain because once I inadvertently said the words Egg Mountain in front of someone who bullies me, and they made that my nickname. So I've made it an attempt to reclaim the term Egg Mountain.
How did you stumble upon the words Egg Mountain together?
Well, we were working for a company that was owned by an American company, and it turned out after about 3 months of this American company having bought our company that the offices in America, they got free breakfasts. And I said, where's my free breakfast? I want 3 months of free breakfast. I want an Egg Mountain.
Yeah.
And then he laughed at me and said, Egg Mountain, that's your new name, Egg Mountain.
That's fun, though.
But is this you getting bullied in the workplace?
Oh,
as an adult?
Yeah.
That's a $20,000 payout. What are you thinking?
When I got my phone nicked, and then I obviously reported that to the police. They gave me the nickname of Snitch and Snatch.
What sort of workplace is this? Who is this person? I don't like it.
Oh, it was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
It was in the height of Pokemon Go. That was how I got my phone nicked, because I was playing Pokemon Go in the street.
Right.
I was at a gym on Eyre Street in London. Yeah. Obviously, I didn't tell the policeman that when I reported the crime. I said I think I said I was doing something to do with a mortgage.
Very nice.
Yeah. Trying to get a shiny Charizard or something like that. And you're like, we're gonna pay this mortgage off, babe. That's a good story and feels fine to listen to. And I hope you're okay.
Thank you for the evaluation of that, Chris. Is that what happens in your head when someone finishes talking?
But I've had a tough time in the workplace too. I used to work in a place full of psychopaths and bullies. And I think it really sort of altered my brain as to how to treat people in the world in a good way. But it was a bad thing to live through. Do you know what I mean?
I never really met any psychopaths or bullies in the workplace.
You know what that means?
I was always in too low a position to be a psychopath or a bully.
So what sort of jobs have you had then, Sunil?
What sort of jobs?
Yeah.
Well, just lots of random little jobs, isn't it? A lot of temping, a lot of bit of kitchen work, bit of self-employed sort of cash in hand, driving jobs and that.
Yeah, that's what I say. Bit of this. But people ask me what I do. I don't open with I'm a professional entertainer.
Yeah.
I say I do a bit of this, bit of that.
Bit of that. I've done a lot of stuff. I'll keep doing a lot of stuff. Don't worry about it.
Do you know what I mean? Just don't ask me.
All through the business.
Yeah. Basically, don't ask me what I do. Tell me what you want and I'll do it.
I'll be whatever you want me to be.
Yeah. Bit of guttering, a play. Do you know what I mean?
Anyone who's listened to the previous episodes of these podcasts know that you are incapable of either guttering or controlling a play.
No. I did briefly consider setting up a business doing gutter cleaning during the pandemic.
Did you?
Yeah, because it's
what were you going to call that? See, take that. And that's the thing. A lot of these names of businesses, it doesn't need to. So what is it,
Yeah, I didn't have to get so far as coming up with a name for it. I was going to get a GoPro, strap it to my forehead, and then clean out people's gutters and show them that I'd done it on the video.
Okay. Right. Look at your gutters.
Yeah.
PLC.
So they've got proof and they can watch me do it if they want from downstairs.
Yeah.
On an iPad.
Imagine that. Some pervert one guy paying good money to watch you clean gutters all around the city. and it ends up being a really gracious act because he's just such a pervert and it's the only thing that turns him on. So he's just paying for getting lots of entire areas of gutters are being done and it's just for him to pursue sexual desire.
He was blocking his own gutter.
With cum. How? I don't know how, but yeah.
So, James, you thought that previous section was a bit dry. There you go.
That we just moistened that right up.
You can always end anything with a cum joke and it's just great.
Again, great names for businesses.
Cum joke?
Yeah.
Phoning my accountant on Monday. I've done it. It's called cum joke. Limited.
Right, so.
I've basically, and this is the holy grail for London living. I found a pub that is open late, central, and isn't rammed. It's open till 2 a.m.
Shush.
And to top it off, it's an Irish pub. And it's just a lovely experience.
Sure.
And it's downstairs underneath a restaurant. And that's as far as I'll go. I'm not telling you where it is.
Is it kind of empty?
Not the night I went, but normally it is kind of quiet.
Yeah, this is the thing that I enjoy places like that, but I know they're going to shut down.
Pints, no dancing. It's great.
And then upstairs for what sort of cuisine, would you say?
Yeah, there's a restaurant upstairs, but I don't think it's part of it.
Yeah, but what sort of cuisine is it? I'm trying to narrow it down.
Irish.
Irish food?
I don't know. Maybe. If I tell you the name of it, it might give it away and I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just in there with other late night. 2 a.m, that is late because I believe it's a myth that London is a 24-hour city.
It is.
Unless you want to go to Esso Garage.
Fabric or the Esso Garage.
Esso Garage, A&E, egg nightclub around the back of King's Cross. That's all you got. That's all you got. It's a big, the pandemic's killed the 24-hour city thing.
Yeah, that's my cultural highlight. A new pub I found that I had no idea existed. Amazing.
That sounds brilliant. I would love to check it out. As someone who is married to an Irish
person,
person. I'm always, I enjoy Irish bars. I'll go to them with my father-in-law. He'll be talking to a guy from Limerick. I have no idea what's going on, but I feel mostly safe. And I think that's as good as you can get these days. I was going to say like they're all nice, but they are all nice, but they don't, like they don't all love English people. And I get it. Like with Irish and Scottish people, I always think, please like me. Do you know what I mean? Like the reason that they hate the English, I think I'm closer to them culturally than like I hate those lot down south. No offense, lads.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I want to hang out with these cool lads.
Yeah. What's cool about them?
Salt of the earth, lads.
No, what's cool about them?
The crack. Just banter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pints of Murphy's stout.
Murphy's you've gone for, okay.
Well, that's Guinness is for the tourists, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Right.
But my wife introduces me to Northern Irish culture, and she had this like box that had come. This box that she was like, come over this box from the postman, and she said, "This is a taste of my childhood." And she went, "I can't believe you're going to get to taste this." Opened it up, cut off. It said airmail on it. You know, it's come on a plane. Cut it open, opened it. Do you know what she's talking about? Club biscuits.
You can still get them in Sainsbury's.
Yeah, you can get them in Co-op.
What?
I don't know. Like, apparently they're a Northern Irish staple, and I was just like, I didn't want to break it to her.
I remember Club and Gold bars.
Yeah.
As in, if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not some niche prospect, but they've done that. They've got Tato crisps, which are all right.
That's a thing.
They're all right. Golden Crisp as well, which is like a Cadbury's spin-off bar that they have over there, which is really nice. But she introduced me to this thing that they have in Northern Ireland called Super Chip. That it opened, it's like a takeaway thing, and it's like chips in chicken gravy, and it just looked like slime. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, this is. I think that's offensive to poutine, but I tasted it, and it's it's so nice.
Yeah, wet potatoes is good.
Yeah, wet potatoes covered in chicken gravy. It was very, very exciting.
Yeah,
potential name there.
Potential name. Yeah, you can
wet
put that in your business. Wet potato. I thought maybe just to round out this episode, I could read a poem that I've written for my wife.
Is it a sexy poem?
There's sexy bits in it. You know, you get that with me, don't you?
All right. Well, let me mute my mic while you do this.
James, maybe when we get in the edit under this, we could put some, like Irish sort of type.
Do you listen to the episodes when they go out?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'll find something.
But maybe we get
some music. Don't worry.
Find some from the, dig into the vault. So this is a poem called Dreams of Donegal.
No, it's called Chris's Irish poem.
No, don't read it. Don't read the title as written in the document. I dream of spending fall in Donegal with lovely Irish ladies brimming with blarney, ready to take my English seed.
Chris.
Yeah. Who's that drunk man over there? Shh. That's the mayor. A pint of Murphy's stout to all. To be sure. There you go.
Wow.
What recognised rhyme structure is that for poetry?
I think it's an AAC, D.
Is it?
F. Yeah. I think studying that in schools.
Well, I was charmed by it, I have to say.
Thank you.
And I'm sure your wife will be as well.
I hope she's listened to a few of them, but I think she's stopped now.
It's an A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G.
Let's just wait till the emails come rolling in saying more poems, and then we'll see.
One day you'll be studying at GCSE level, and I know it.
Exactly. That's all I want. Ambition is to restructure, like really make some 16-year-olds summer a misery.
It'll be Siegfried Sassoon's war poems and Chris Cantrell.
Yeah. And they'll be like with the World War I poems, they'll be like, we don't have many examples from the working classes. And then I'll be like, yeah, that's because when they do them, the shit.
He certainly was playing with the form.
It's almost as if he didn't understand the form at all.
This is what they call art brut, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. What does that mean?
Outsider art from people that have no concept of what the art form is.
Yeah.
Good for you.
That sounds like a compliment. I'll take it. Let's leave it there.
It's like when that elephant did a painting, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's leave it there where it's a compliment. Anything else, I feel like the more that's said, the less it's a compliment. Let's stop. Please stop it there. Governor.
What's that, street urchin?
Would you bob us a gold crown for me babby?
I'm not made of gold crowns.
What about a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or that there Spotify, me lord?
Yes, that's fine.
See? That's what I'm saying, the power of theatre.
Yeah, it's nice, Chris, yeah.
Are you doing Joe Pasquale?
No, I'm doing that's a Victorian street scene to show that charity, which this podcast most definitely is, starts at home. Do you know what I mean?
Do you do do you get much voiceover work?
I get the sensation at my age, and he's not regretted putting me on the books, but there's a very specific field of sort of like jobs that I could go for. I mean, I'm not shifting a Range Rover with these tones, am I?
Can you even say a Range Rover Evoque?
Say what?
Evoke.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Oh, that's good. Can we capture that, James? Can we make sure that bit where you look like it? Can we make sure that bit where you look like a knobhead goes in? I want that in.
I think the recording's become corrupt.
Rural Concerns is produced by Egg Mountain for A Lovely Time Productions. Our artwork is by Poppy Hillstead, and our music comes courtesy of Sam O'Leary.